Scoot over a little bit. Let me know if y'all my headphones are too loud. Oh, mine is good. I'll hear it now. Let me know when it's good. But I can't see that mic. You told me to look at it. Oh, that's fine. I'll give you a good look.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Rock groups.
It's surprising how the bigger a city gets, the smaller it starts to feel. Which makes it even more surprising how big it feels in here. With sliding rear seats and more available second row legroom than, say, a Chevy Suburban. This is the completely reimagined 2020 Ford Escape.
This is WHTR, House Tunes Radio, Chicago. Views, wordings, and opinions of this show are not that of House Tunes Radio.
What's up, man? Man, what was you doing, man? What's up with that? Hey, yo, man. I've been hanging out at the Fantasia, you know, they be rocking their hands up there. Hey, man, what's up with the Fantasia? Now, you tell me, man. Females is all right. Yeah, they be deaf. They be on my... They be on my Bozak. Hey, Mike, you got that, man? You got that, man? Hey, man, go ahead, take it to the cosmos. Going down 165th Street, passing that ball. Oh, man, don't do it to me. Oh, man, she look like Betty Boop. Betty Boop. My booty do. Your Betty Boop in the alley was jumping up and down. Said Betty Boop, the alley don't hit me in my song the other night. And I seen Chet, man. Ready to suck your Chet, man. What's up with Chet, man? Hey, man, he ready to street fight. The tail of all. And spin you around. Just go after that. Jump up and down. Get the Chet. Oh. Hey, man, come here. What's up with you? It's okay. Hey, what's up, Herbie? Hey, come over here. Be God over here. What's that? What's that? Hey,
Jamaica fun, that's what it is. Let me get into you. You know what I mean? Looking for Jamaica. Let me get into you. Jamaica fun, that's what it is.
Hey, man. Big Tom Brown. Yeah. Hey, man, he is an ordinary guy. You always say one boy. All he wants to do is have a boy. I don't know. All he talks about is bruises. Oh, man. Well, he knows.
I feel it inside my soul.
Oh, yeah.
Longing to you. There's enough to go all the way around. Longing to you. Letting you go beside this feeling's fun. That's all it is. Longing to you. Now I ain't got fun.
happening?
Hey, y'all.
Happy Sunday.
Yep.
This is another Sunday edition of Unofficial
House Rules.
Right here on House Tunes Radio. It's me, Big O.
Yep.
My partner in crime, Millie J.
Always.
And guess what? Secret Squirrel done disappeared again. We don't know where he is.
Last time we checked, he had the boo-boos.
Right. He was talking to us on the phone, had the point in the ceiling, the camera pointing up at the ceiling in the bathroom.
Yeah, I heard it. I was like, well, that was a currency.
Thank you. We didn't want to smell that through the phone.
Thank y'all so much for joining us once again. We are here every Sunday playing the best in house music. And the music don't stop there. It does play 24/7. If you have not downloaded that app, please do so at this time. It is the House Tunes Radio app, or you can catch us live on Facebook. Don't forget to like YouTube and share the page. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Backpage, we're on all of them. Just look for us. Google me, boo.
Catch me on Christian Mingle and come get you some.
That's PS.com. Thank y'all once again. Don't forget to share the page. And we have some special guests in the building today. Big O's playlist is always off the chain. We're going to get into some music. And when we come back, we're going to talk to our special guest in the studio. So if you are not on Facebook, go ahead and open up that Facebook page, Unofficial House Rules, and check us out live in the studio. And we'll be back after this. Well, I'm going to let y'all do the show. What do you like to say? Tell me who you are. I don't know if you I
don't think you can tell.
Yeah. Lady Norma. She's always
He takes me to a place to sleep. All I do is my fairy tales to pray. Is his face.
Oh, this wonderful. Griffin.
It's amazing joy. I'm feeling strange. The essence of him gets me back. And Ellie sends me to a place. Heart so free to embrace. I wanna be. I found my soul in this man I call wonderful. Blowing straight through me, and not a single strand.
Don't lie like that.
And that's my love. He ain't too much. I'm not too much. You love me just the way I am. My lips, my eyes, my hips, my thighs. Take me to this beautiful place. I know my man will embrace. Never let go. He's wonderful. I'm living. Oh, baby. But I'll
So somebody been a bad parent already. Our grandkids. The daddy's at home making beats on the laptop. They done on half of them. I know. She said, "Hell, today my name is Larry." She's like, "Can you blur my face?"
I wouldn't know if I could, 'cause it's wonderful, boy, wonderful. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful,
She can go to housechurchradio.com and click this around. Yeah, She got that fast. She's gonna go do church and house in 2 minutes. Give me that one. Give me that right.
I'm so glad you know y'all can do it. Okay. I'll be in the gym like, yeah. I'll be on the bike like, they be like, I tell anybody, you don't know how to go right, just go on. Right. And that's the dirty streets. To find a quiet place overseas, and year after year, the kid has to hear the do's and don'ts and the dares. And when she's 10 years old, she needs that rock and roll. But she bangs it from the home.
Hey, what's up? What's up? We back.
We are back, y'all.
I kicked this show off today.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
Come on, kick it off then.
I really did.
Come on now.
You ready to party some more?
Come on, quarterback.
Well, we got some more.
Kick it off.
We got some flag on play.
I can't stand you. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us. We have our special guest in the building today. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. Tell our listeners who you are.
My name is Tecora. I do technology, and I also do some administrative support for a CPS school.
Right. CPS is in the building.
In the building.
Yeah, who else we got in here today?
Yes, we have Miss Tish, and I am a science teacher for the Chicago Public Schools.
Oh, science!
Ooh.
That's where all your scholars come from.
Yes.
Science class. So, we got to get into this e-learning.
Oh, yeah. The ghetto.
You ain't gonna tell me. I did it for 2 days, and all of us was going to the principal's office. Me and the kids. Okay? I turned in my resignation. And they was like, we'll just do a trade or something. We ain't trying to get no degrees.
Listen, I already know. On my mama, I be about to pull my hair every day. And I ain't got a lot left to go. I done started already. 2 sides down, the middle to go.
Okay.
That's what my life has been for the past 3 weeks.
Right. So I know that you guys are on the other side of the spectrum here. But what are some of the challenges that y'all have with this e-learning? I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
I know we ain't got enough hours in the day. I was gonna say you need about 3-4 shows.
So we'll be back tomorrow, and that'll be after their e-learning session.
Yes, the technology part is the biggest challenge. Is the getting on, logging on. That has been like one of the number one issues with the e-learning, because students are still just now getting on for the first time, and I'm happy for that.
Right.
I'm really happy for that, because we need them inside of the virtual classroom, because we're still teaching. We're still teaching, and the other thing that is the challenge is just change. You know, just going through this change of our routine being disrupted.
Right.
And them not being able to be physically social with their classmates and with us as teachers and the administration. The kids do miss that. They do miss that part. So that is a challenge.
They like going to the principal's office.
Right. Right. Some of them do.
Right.
Some of them.
Now, do you think that comes from, because I know a lot of schools were, I would say, slow to do like computer science with the kids. I mean, with so many kids, for them to go to a classroom setting and learn how to log into a computer and stuff like that. Do you think it's because of the lack of them learning to do that when they were in school?
Let me come in on this one. I say this all the time since this started, and even back when it started in April, when we launched it in April. This generation was born with an iPad out the womb. And a smartphone.
Not just a phone, but a smartphone. They don't know nothing about the flips.
And they didn't have to use, they knew how to use, how to get on Fortnite, how to do Snapchat. Girl, no, you didn't. That's a burnout phone.
But they don't know nothing about these.
They used to be in the back pocket. So that is one of the things that I am, that I preach about, is that if they can learn how to do Fortnite, Snapchat, put the butterflies, TikTok, and the parents don't even help them. They don't even ask the parents for instructions.
Right.
They go on that and learn that about at the age of 2.
Yep.
So that's the frustration that I have, is that can you please put that much energy into learning how to maneuver and get inside of these classrooms as you do for the TikTok, the Fortnite, and the Xbox that your parents are spending so much money for. But this education is valued more than what a TikTok and a Fortnite and a Snapchat can do.
Right. And it's free.
And it's free.
All the tools you need have been given to you.
Right.
Technology.
Right.
The district has been so good about getting the schools money to get Chromebooks to each student.
Yeah.
And hotspots. And shout out to the cable companies that have also been good about making sure that the students have free internet. They send them hotspots, all of that stuff.
Wow.
I personally think that prior to all of this starting this summer, there should have been at least a training course for the parents and the students as to how to get into the classrooms and how to maneuver through them, how to get onto the meets and how to find assignments and all of that stuff. There should have been some type of tutorial for
They
that.
wouldn't have came.
Right.
They don't come to parent-teacher. They don't come to LSC meetings. They barely come to parent-teacher conferences. So
they don't have
they wouldn't have came to that.
It's sad.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
you'll get one or two parents in the meetings.
Those right. Now those are ones who students who kids succeed because they're
and the ones who do show up are the ones that are already involved. We need to get the other ones that are absent involved, because I say the whole school system is a triangle. You have the school, you have the district, and you have the parent. You cannot leave one of those out. And right now we need to make sure that we are giving our parents as much as like you saying, the tutorial. But we also, the parents gotta want to be there. And they have to want to.
It's a two-way street.
It's a two-way street, because we can't do it all. We see them 7 hours a day, and there's 24 hours in a day. So the other 17 is with the parent and guardian. So that's why you can't put it all on us. Just, let's make sure that everybody is invested into our future, which are our students and their children. So
and then the parents got to understand that you have more than 20 kids in your class, so you can't just sit with little Tommy because he don't understand and he lacking behind.
But see, then that's the other problem.
Kids.
They haven't really also came up with a curriculum for the
diverse learners.
The slow kids. I'm not being funny, but what's the right name?
Diverse learners.
I mean, so
I'm a part
because I know
The more challenged children.
I know a child that's, and their parents were saying that's the problem because where that one-on-one time came in classroom for
they
that
don't
child,
get that,
they can't get it. It's just
Well, that's why the parent needs to step up and do it.
Well, they still kind of get it depending on the school setting. So like we have the social workers and the counselors, and we have like security. We have all this support. So if a student is having that much issues, then we can send out somebody from our deployment team. Okay, this student needs some assistance, whether it's be learning how to navigate through the classroom or just navigating through doing the work. This student needs some support. So we can send out a deployment team, or we can schedule one-on-one meets with the student just to go through some stuff. But we've set up strategies to help everybody succeed. They just gotta eat. You just gotta eat. That's it. So you come and you come for it. We providing it all.
Feed you.
Yeah.
Now, do you see this being able to go long term with the e-learning?
Well, I'm going to say this. Teaching science, we have to be safe. This is a pandemic. And it is real. It's like gravity. We do not feel or see gravity, but we know we're stationary on this ground for a reason. We're not floating in the air like astronauts when we go out into outer space. So the pandemic is real. So we have to get that together in order for us to go back. This is my thoughts, my personal opinion, before we can go back into the building, because there are teachers who have underlining health conditions and conditions, and then if we go back too fast, like we see in a lot of other places, then we're going to spark again. And don't forget whose community is getting hit the hardest is ours. So we got to make sure we pay attention to that. But to your question, do we think it's going to last? I think we got to do it. We got to make it work as long as we are out of the building, and as long as since we don't have a vaccine right now, and of course we don't want to rush a vaccine, because that can be detrimental as well. But until we get all the ducks in a row, we may have to see this.
I'll say through the
maybe
at least through the year.
Even though they said in November, but you got to remember November is Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving going to Christmas. So then you're only in school in the building for a couple of weeks. So why not let that just ride on out?
And then that's when flu season kind of starts too. So that raises the possibility and the percentage of people possibly catching COVID. So
I was looking on the news where they allowed some kids to go back to school, and then they had to close the school because all the kids done got the COVID.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying.
So I said, what? Well, because I was thinking, like, how can they make it optional for kids to either do?
Well, they were saying they were going to do a hybrid. They did say they were going to do a hybrid, but even if that's a hybrid, you're still going into the public. You're still going into that confined. So how are we going to make sure the desks are where they should, sanitize?
And then you got to think about the little kids who big and they little babies. And everything else, touching everything and everybody.
I'll be in my office, honey.
My baby can't go. I'm in the class.
I'm sorry. I'll be in my office till past the period is over.
Because I was thinking, like, because my kids are all grown, so I don't have to worry about that. But I do worry for my grandbabies because it's like,
they're little.
It's like, because.
And they're
my grandbaby, she's 4. So she's everywhere. She's touching everything.
Yeah.
I gotta do this. I want to do this.
And then they're gonna have a problem with that mask. Because you see, you can't even get a child on that's 2 on that's young on a plane to put it on. So you think you want a child to keep it on all day? So that is an issue. But can I say what's good about it?
Yeah.
You get to sleep. So you don't have to get up to when the class about to say 10 minutes for class. I love that.
I know.
I don't have to get up.
I know
and drive. That's just from my bed to my dining room.
I know that's right.
That's the best.
Yeah.
You put your dress bra on. I got leggings. bring that up when it is some complaints. It's like, you guys, we are at home.
Right.
We are at home.
Right.
So that is a good thing.
And I think that the kids, by them being at home, they get too comfortable.
It is a comfortability, but you still have to have a decor of a classroom.
Right. Yeah.
You just do. Yeah. And I'm not saying you can't be in your bed, but you got to sit up.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can be in your bed, but you have to sit up. Stuff,
baby.
I know.
I had my grandbabies for 2 days. I told you that the second day we always marched to the principal's office.
So somebody was sitting in the next room. Their grandbaby was in there doing jumping jacks because they had gym. But she, well, yeah, she said,
"You're supposed to be doing work. What are you doing? I'm in the gym, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, you ain't got to tell them all my business. That's right.
That was you.
I didn't know, but I'm like,
right.
The hell is that? If you don't sit your ass down, and I know the teacher was on there like,
what? She's in her special, her prep.
Right. And then my grandbaby gets in the camera. She goes, I'm at my Yaya house. I'm like, why is you telling me my business? She don't even know where you at. She don't even know you in front of that camera.
That's right. We need to know. We like to know. Make sure everything okay.
Right. Because our teacher like,
well, at least she's 4 doing that. My baby is 17, and every morning he tell my business from the night before. Yeah, he was at my godmama house. It wasn't no social distancing, but they was family, so it don't matter. I'm not sure. Right. As soon as I get up, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, and then my grandson, he's 10, 11. And he's on there, and I'm in the background. Now he's doing his work. He's sitting there, his head down. I'm like, sit. Yeah. And I say he gonna sit up because he on there. He got his head down like this. I'm like,
you one of them behind the scenes?
Yes, I'm the behind the scenes. And I'm like, sit your ass up. He goes, yeah, my mic is not muted. What? So I'm like,
so let's go with that. The only thing you can't push is the mute on the mic.
Right.
I need your camera on.
Right.
Because I'm not teaching to a dot.
Exactly.
And then some of the graphics that they have on the dots are inappropriate at times. You know, you don't want to see that. I don't want to see Beyonce in these short shorts.
Right.
You know, or your tongue sticking out your mouth.
That's why.
But I'm just saying that I need your face to be seen just like you can see mine. Mm-hmm. Because what I've noticed is that when the dot is on, and the mic is muted, and then you go to ask that student something or say something, then it's crickets.
It's crickets because they're
gone. They're gone. Right. I had even stayed on one time where this student, I had been calling this student's name, didn't respond. Class ended. And this student still hadn't even came back to know our class had ended. Doing something that wasn't. Sleep. So that's why the and I understand why CPS it says it's kind of an option because you don't know how people's living conditions. And that's true.
Right.
But what I did, I looked at everybody's background and I determined and I saw that everybody was fine.
Right.
There was nobody in a car.
Right.
There was nobody in a homeless shelter.
Right.
You know, they were in a house. In a house, apartment.
In a building.
Yes. It was a structural.
Yeah.
So can we keep it on? And that's one thing. And then I just say, if there is an issue with a camera being on, please let a parent or guardian speak with me so then I can understand that.
Right.
But if that doesn't happen, I need every camera on.
Right.
Because that's only respectful and only fair because that means that you're into what we're doing. Because if they know the camera's off and the mic's off.
Right.
And the other thing is I'm going off of you. It's a lot of noise in the background.
I know.
Yeah. A bunch of noise. And I feel bad because I want to hear them, but can you please tell who's ever back there
to be quiet?
They just come down. But on the defense side of the home, it is a lot of hours for the camera. I mean, for the house to be, I don't want to say put on hold.
It's on
hold.
Dormant. So they
dormant.
Yeah.
So, but that's the world we live in. And we talked, when Tecora was just talking about, we've given out so many devices and Chromebooks and things like that, which is a wonderful thing. But I started this out stating that these children in this generation came out the womb with technology.
Right.
With iPhones.
Right. So if nobody else, if there's nothing else you should invest in, it needs to be technology. If you got a child that's in school,
right,
that should be something that you should set. I understand right now it's tough. The COVID has shut a lot of businesses and jobs down, but you can save a little something to get your child their own device.
Right.
So then you don't have to complain about what CPS's devices isn't doing.
Right.
Because if this world of technology is not going anywhere, invest in your child, their own device. We don't have the Weave, the Jordan. You add all that up, fingernails, they come in with, look at my nails.
They had a computer, they bought it on Black Friday, and they pawned it right after tax season.
Right.
Well, bring it back. Go back to the
I swear.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll be back at this. We're going to get back into some music.
This is off the new Don Conley album, Essex. I Am Chicago.
I am from radio rhythms, congas, trumpets, pianos spilling onto the street. From the pounding of basses, passing cars screech down the street. Amor de rey, king love they call out. I am from the dodging of bullets underneath street lamps. From open fire hydrants that relieve the parching effects of a steamy afternoon. I am from arroz con gandules, sopita de leche, noches navideñas, where flashing lights design a crooked star in the foggy window. Falling snow, whistling wind, and the warm smells of arroz con dulce. They wrap around me, reassure me like a security blanket. I am from amens and alleluias, tambourines and revival tents. I am from bedtime scriptures in the language of home. Scriptures that I take to heart and keep safe in the place where only Jesus and I know the real truth about the grown-up world that mommy and papi have tried so hard to have absolved. I am from Romance y Rosa, Rose and Tommy, two limbs from different trees intertwined haphazardly. From café con leche mornings, bacalaíto afternoons, and ron bacardi nights. I am from food stamps, welfare checks, and Reagan government cheese. From the toe papi almost lost to frostbite in a drunken stupor. From the gallstone, mommy was rushed off to pass. I am from the occurrences, the memories, the moments everyone thought I forgot or deny ever having happened. Moments snapped in time, forever imprinted inside of me.
Chicago.
I got
What's up? We back. We
back with Tish and Tico from CPS, and we are talking about the e-learning and how it is affecting
these little badass kids of y'all.
How's it working? Yeah, we talking about how's it working. So we had a question on our Facebook page from one of our followers, and he wants to know: do you think that is right that the ESP have to work and go into the building?
Yes and no. Some of the ESP do need to be in the building. But I feel like those days should be alternated. Like there's some work that we can very well do from home. Mm-hmm. Again, I do technology, so I have to fix some of the tech, blah, blah, blah. But that's not an everyday thing, you know, and if I had to do alternating days, like 2 days in the building, 3 days at home, mm-hmm. then I can schedule those 2 days in the building to do physical tech work, and then the 3 days to do my remote work, right? You know, stuff that I can do remotely. Because even when we're in the building right now, in my location, mm-hmm. we are doing meetings still via Zoom. So my principal may be in her office, I'm in my office, the AP in his office, and we're all on Zoom call together. You know, the only time we really get called into a meeting and physically sit in the room together is somebody's in trouble. But most of the time we're on a Zoom. And, you know, since it is the start of school and you have to wear many hats, we're moving around. So we have to be able to be mobile and do those meetings on our phones or on our desktops in our offices. So, no, I don't think it's fair for us to have to be there every day.
Right. So because I was watching on Facebook and a parent was upset because her child got suspended on e-learning.
I never heard of that.
How do you get suspended during e-learning?
So let me tell you what happens and what's happening. Okay. We have kids that don't even go to our school, or not even kids anymore. They're not even in school. They're crashing the classrooms, and they're doing, you know, very inappropriate things, saying inappropriate things. So now we have to set it up where the kids, they get a meet code and the teacher has to approve them to come in.
Right. Oh, okay. Good.
So,
wow. I never thought about that.
That's extreme. You know, it's extreme if you get suspended from class. You may have been caught being one of the people that gave the school the code out to somebody else or something like that.
Oh, you know what? I think it was because he had one of his toy guns in the background hanging up. Oh, yeah. And he wouldn't take it down.
Yeah, no, can't do that either.
Well, not take it down. Because you got to remember, you're still on. You are a part of CPS.
Still in school.
You're still in school. Mm-hmm. So the same school code of conduct applies during virtual learning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and
that makes sense.
And especially if you're on a CPS device.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You have other CPS people on a meeting with you. Right. You have to respect those. There's still boundaries within that you have to respect.
Right.
So I get on my son all the time. Sit up. Take that hood off. Ain't no hoodie. You in the house. What you need a hoodie on for?
Right.
You in there by yourself.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, sit up. You're in school.
Right.
You're not about to be getting up, going to the kitchen and blah, blah, blah. No. You sit down and you do your work. You go to the kitchen on your lunch break. Because if you were at school, you'd be in your class.
Right.
You know, you wouldn't be playing with the dog. You wouldn't be making peanut butter jelly sandwiches. You'd be at your desk.
I know, because I saw a lot of kids that were on there, and some were eating. Mm-hmm. And the teacher told him, hey, so you got to put the food down because we're in class right now. So you wouldn't eat in the classroom. So you have to put the food down, okay? So this when I had the grandbabies at the house. So the following day, okay, I'm sitting in the background, just making sure they sitting up.
I know you. I know what you did.
No. No. He wasn't eating because he had already had breakfast. See, I got them up in enough time to wash your face, change your clothes, brush your teeth, get your breakfast, and then you're going to sit in front of the computer. So I'm sitting in the back, not in front of the screen, and he's over there, he's watching, and the teacher is like, "Okay, so I need you guys to."
Oh no, that's.
I said, she eating? She just told that boy yesterday not to put that. She gonna have to put that up.
See, and
she definitely got to put that up. And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Just give me a second." I said, "Yeah, we'll give you one." And then my grandson turns around like, "Yeah, my mic is not muted." I said, "So she heard me?"
And see, that's why I don't know.
Well, that one she needed to hear.
Yeah, so that's why I was like,
you gotta lead by example.
To my defense, she told the boy yesterday he couldn't eat in front of the student. Then you get on here and then you talking and smacking and for real, So she was like, "Okay, guys, give me a second." Okay, we'll do it. We'll wait. Okay, we got time today. And I'm like, "Your mic not muted." Yeah, my mic is not muted.
Like, baby, you need to start muting that mic.
Right. I think they do that on purpose because they normal act up. They normal act up. They done got me up. I usually get up to 10:30. Now I'm up at 8.
Yes.
They already know y'all gonna get us kicked out of class.
Yeah, we all going to the office.
Yeah, because we do have that option to remove a student. We do have, and they can't get back in for that session.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, you can do that. And I've only done it twice because it was just overbearing.
Right.
And once again, that student was not, it was so much noise in the background.
Right.
The child
had all kind of stuff going on.
Someone was braiding her hair, putting weave in her hair during my class.
During school?
During school hours. Yes.
See, and that's what I said too.
Yeah, I'm still in class.
Right.
You know what? I do get it. I
but I totally understand.
Right. I get
You
it.
can't bring Shaniqua with you to have Brady in class.
Right. Now, on the other hand, same teacher, hat goes off to her.
Okay.
Because, let me tell you why. She sat in that classroom and she explained to them 4 times on how to do this work. No sooner than she explained it the first time, somebody said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. My computer had cut off." Yeah. So she explained it again. So no sooner than she finished that, another one came in. "Oh, I couldn't hear you. What you say?"
Ooh,
so she explained it again. So no sooner than she finished that, another student came in and was like, "Wait a minute, I didn't catch all of that." She was like, "Give me a thumbs up in the camera if you guys can hear me." I was in the back like, "Girl, I couldn't do it." And then I'm like, "Your mic better be muted." He was like, "It's muted, yeah, I already know." I'm like, "Okay," but I said it could not be me.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I do like parents in on the classroom. I do. It's because
they get to sit. You get to see
what's really going on,
man. And all of them got to know that them teachers not lying when they call the house and tell you that your kid is cutting up.
And I know this one probably was on there first, and the other people kids. Did she tell you yesterday to put that phone down?
You got your back on here today.
I sure was in
her damn cereal.
I sure was past the screen like, "Hey, I'm that one that be in the back that the lady was talking about." Now what's she doing over there in the corner? Yes. She needs to sit up. And why is this one in the bed?
Eli school.
I know the teacher like.
We need to send her.
Right.
She needs to go to make house calls.
I mean, the kids is sitting. One kid was sitting in the bed, blanket over his head and over the screen, so it was dark,
really dark.
And the teacher like, "Son, you need to take that blanket off your head." I said, "Yeah, because we need to see what you're doing." Right. So now I'm like, "Oh, she got her. So now I'm like, oh, let me get off the couch. This ain't my class."
She done got her own.
When you look at it, if you're not active and participating and taking this serious, you can look at it as your child, whatever grade your child is in, they're dropping out at this grade.
Yeah.
Because if you are not making sure, because we're putting these lessons together, we're doing Google Meet, Google Chat, Google Jamboard.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it so, and plus our curriculum just to make it teachers teachers pay teacher. We're doing all of those things and bringing all of that into this. We're taking this so serious.
Right.
And we need everyone. We don't want your child to lose out. Because we're already a slight disadvantage because it's not what it normally should be. And this is the first generation outside of the 1918 when this not the flu, but the pandemic hit, that this has ever happened. So anybody that's listening, no one has been through this at all. And at all. Period.
Right.
So we're all learning this, but we need to make sure that you need to make sure the parent and guardian that you make sure your child is taking this serious. Right. Because we're in class. It's just virtually.
I just need my grandbabies not to tell on me. Because a 4-year-old, now I'll teach you like, okay, guys, get your clay out because they have a board. They dry erase board. They have their clay. They have their crayons, and they do different stuff. So she's like, okay, guys, get your clay out. So she was like, and the lady said, Lynn, what's the matter? I don't have my clay. She said, well, where's your clay? It's at home. I'm at my Yaya house. I said, kid, telling her my business.
And Yaya said, I can't play with clay by her couch.
She didn't play with it, but her mom forgot to put it in the bag.
Put it in there.
And so she was like, well, that's okay, Lynn. You can just draw on your dry erase board. So she had to make a rectangle on her dry erase board. So she over there doing that. Everybody playing with clay. She turned around and looked at me and said, I said, well, look, I don't have no clay. Only thing I can do is get some flour. Make you some damn clay.
Because you know we can make
make you some clay. Now,
what you want to do? Put it together.
Okay. So she was like, that's okay, yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, all right, well, shoot, because you know, y'all gonna make it happen for you, baby.
We're gonna get together.
Right. But, you know, this experience, it takes the kids out of the norm, which I think is good. Because once they finish ground school and go to high school, they're going to totally be out of the norm. Right. So get them used to adapting to different
That's exactly what it is. You have to adapt, you know.
Yeah.
Even when you don't want to, sometimes you just have to fold and make it do what it do. Make the best of a bad situation.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So I tell Juwan that all the time. Look, this is easy. You was complaining about having to get up and go to school. You get up extra early before Jesus, and you leave out. The sun's still down. By the time school day just not coming up.
Right.
You just roll out of bed.
Right.
Brush stinking. You ain't brushing your teeth and none of that.
Ain't nobody got to smell that but you.
Right.
Nobody got to smell it but you.
Like, stop complaining. You pick your battles. This is not a battle. This is easy peasy.
Right.
You know, Jay-Z has in his song, "What's Good is Bad and What's Bad is Good." Or is that Kanye West? I can't remember which. I think it's Jay-Z. I think it's Jay-Z. Yeah, because it is not. Right. It is a not so good thing, but it is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because like you just said, that's a perfect word. We got to adapt.
Right.
And one thing that I do teach my students is that change is constant. So if you're able to change.
Right.
Yes. And so if you're able to change
and roll with
it, that's life skills.
You can make it through anything.
You can make it through anything. So really this generation, they may have a couple of hiccups, but hopefully when we're done with all of this, that they will see strength in this, that I can make it through. Because I mean, you all are born and bred in Chicago, so you all been through the worst blizzards and everything. Right. And did we make it? Did you make it through the blizzard? Did we make it through the heat wave or when the 700? Did we make it through? We make it through.
These kids don't know nothing about that blizzard of '79. You heard me? Go on, get your stuff shit on and get on out of here for free. Okay.
Right.
It's 12 feet of snow outside.
But you got to go.
You'll be all right.
Right. My daddy did not play about that.
Mr. Jones shoveled the snow all the way to 87. Gone on down the street. So yeah, they don't know about that.
We're resilient.
We don't have a corner. They all walk to school together. Yes. But these little children now, they different, you know, like they depressed about everything. They just, everything is a bother to them. It's stressful to them, and I don't understand it.
Right.
I don't understand
it. Right. It's like they already coming in the world needing volume.
That's what they be like. Oh, you want me to do?
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's so much. You're not doing it. You're not doing anything.
Right.
When I was in high school, I was raising my brother, going to school, working, doing hair full time, working at Burger King, and still kicking it. And it was all good. No issues. Now, please, you ask the kids to get a little part-time job. Oh, child. Have to have cardiac arrest.
Well, hopefully this will tell them once we get through this that we can be resilient and we can make it through, and I can be a better person. And that's the thing. I know that I'm about to say something going off of CPS that I really thought that when we first got in this pandemic, it would make us closer together and bring us together. But then I realized I don't know if it's because we've been so isolated and our life has been turned upside down that it has turned around some kind of way and went into kind of a negative and is following into our classrooms because parents, guardians, students, even ourselves, you know, as teachers, we are we're going through things that we've never experienced. Right. And our emotions are not the same. They're not the same.
Yeah.
Right.
It's, you know, that the parents, it seems like a lot of them, they've gotten used to the kids being at home, so they give them other duties. You know, they feel like, well, you're at home, you can watch your younger siblings, do this and do that. You can go to work since school is remote. You can go to work, log in on your phone while you at work. Like, no, we have, like you said before, we have to take this serious. Like, we have to, you know, they're in school.
This is still school.
Yeah,
they're still getting credited for this.
Just like Lala, your granddaughter.
Lynn.
Lala. Right. That's her name. You see, the teacher had clay. Play-Doh, whatever it is. Yeah. Because we're still doing lessons. Right. I was making, my students had to make the great square of Pegasus. Because I'm teaching Earth and Space right now. Okay. So they had to make that. And when I got the first one in, then I said, all you gotta do is take a picture of it and email it to me. Right. When I got that first one, I was like, yes! You know, because every Thursday I always did labs. Right. So, and they break it down and tell you how you can make it at your home, whatever you have. We're going to work with whatever you have. Like you said, we can put out some flowers and water and make us put a little salt in it if you want to bake it afterwards. Maybe some
chips or coconut or something. I'm at home making butter.
Right. Okay. And we're going to sell them later.
Yeah.
I missed the lunchroom cookies. I know. So we're trying to make the virtual learning as real as we possibly can.
Right.
And that's good. That from the outside looking in, because I'm not a teacher, so I don't know how much goes into regular planning into a normal school year. Right. It seems like the planning for this is a lot more strenuous because you have to use all those different apps and you have to try to do everything remotely. Right. Especially like with a science class or home economics. Well, not home economics, but culinary.
You went way back.
Home ec now is go in there and put it on 2 minutes in the microwave. Stir it up, replace the saran. Another minute and a half. Microwave. Then let it stand for 1 minute.
Right. Yeah. Wow. You got to get real creative with those things. Yeah. Virtually, you know, and then you have to consider, you know, like for me, the students that we service, they are underprivileged students, you know, so they may not have a lot of the things at home. Right. To be able to do those things. You can't really count that against them. You know, so. Wow.
I think mama better spend some food stamps on the extra bag of flour.
What the heck? Gonna be right in the club with a whole Dior fit on from head to toe.
Exactly. Right. Okay.
And then the schools gave out a lot of supplies. Like you said, your granddaughter had. She got the clay. She got the dry erase board.
different color markers.
Yes.
Yeah, she got a lot of stuff.
A lot of supplies.
My son did too. He got the big block of clay, and they made tools because they could not afford to buy the clay sculpting tools. They made the clay sculpting tools with like wood and sticks.
Wow.
Paper clips.
See, and that's teaching the kids to be creative.
Yeah, that's where we have to. You remember,
That's
we used to
creative.
go back and we'll make a game out of anything. If you didn't have chalk, we'll take a rock and make it.
Sure did. Absolutely. Yeah.
So it makes, because they, like, once again, this is the third time I said that they came out the womb with technology.
Right.
So they didn't have to really think too much of what's going on because somebody already thought of it inside of that iPad when you Google.
Right.
But when you think of it on your own, that's really where we want to really get back to, is that creative thinking, that higher order thinking. How can I make this happen with a little bit of nothing?
Right.
Because like you said, that flour and that water, we'll think real quick because that's what we came from. Right. We came from making
Quick
something out of nothing.
Be stressed out.
Right.
We're gonna take a quick we're gonna take this quick break, get in this 7:00 mix.
Yes.
DJ Coco Motion gonna put it down for you today. Y'all enjoy this. We'll be back to learn and talk more about your band.
I want to hear about the parents when we come back.
Oh, we don't talk about them. I done heard the stories. Mama walking around in a bra and panties smoking a blunt. I just heard it all.
No. There's a big joint. Look like a cigar.
It was a black and mild. It was a black and mild. We'll be back, y'all.
That is funny.
This is Marshall Jepson, and you're listening to my family here on House Tunes Radio, where words fail, house music speaks.
This is WHTR, House Tunes Radio, Chicago.
You're listening to DJ Kokomotion, the music mixologist.
Love is real, I see it in your eyes. Love is real, I see it in your eyes. Love is real, I see it in your eyes. Love is real, I see it in your eyes. It's in that smile of yours. Stay close, don't walk away from me. It's in those sparkling eyes. How I love your presence. Your love is there. Testify with your walk, with your talk. I hear love. I see love when you walk in my way. I know that love is coming my way. Ooh, love is real. I see it in your eyes. Love is real. I see it in your eyes. Love is real. I see it in your eyes. Love is real. I see it in your eyes. Love is real. I see it in your eyes. Love is real. I see it in your eyes. For the angels gain the world. If I fall for you, will I gain yours? The dirty ground holds the beauty, the flowers and the trees. Your smile cause it please. I see the glory in your eyes. Oh, I'm on my knees praising God. I feel the glory in your presence. I worship you and never let you.
I believe in this music. I believe in everything that we do from here. Everything that's going on right now in house music. Oh, we can make it. We've come this far. We can't turn back now. You know what it's about. It comes into your life first. It comes in at a time when you didn't think it was going to take over. And it always starts in one place. It could be home, at a club, or anything. And when it takes over your body, it leaves an impression that's so strong. Sometimes it makes you search for it. The music. You know, the music comes in all forms and all styles. And it comes in all different times of your life. Either you embrace it, or you let it go. I chose to embrace it. I embrace house music for what it is in all its forms. I am the example. I am that. I am the music. I am the music. And through this music, I express myself through so many styles. I express myself through the culture, the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I see things, the way I feel things. It's all because of this music right here. This music that we call house music. House music. In its purest form. It is a culture, it's a lifestyle. It's everything. It's everything I dreamed of. And even more. This is me. This is my life. My soul. My dream. It's not just one thing, it's all things. It's the music. And this music is made not just for me, but just for you as well. I know you're out there, and I know you feel what I'm saying right now. Because this music is touching you. It's taking you away from things that you just don't want to do. And it's setting you free. That's what this music does right here. It sets you free to express yourself. And as they say, be free. The music with your life. Whatever style, it's in your soul. It's this music that'll set you free.
We just wanna party, party just pure. We just want the money, money just pure. I know you wanna party, party just for me. Girl, you gotta dance, dance and shake it free. We just wanna party, party just pure. We just want the money, money just pure. I know you wanna party, party just for me. Girl, you gotta dance, dance and shake it free.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Look how I'm living now. Police be tripping now. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry him. Yeah, I'ma go into this. Yeah, this is gorilla. Yeah, I'ma go get the bag. Yeah, or I'ma get the pad. Yeah, I'm so cold like, yeah, I'm so dull like, yeah. We gon' blow like, yeah. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. Look how I'm geeking now. I'm so pretty. I'm on Gucci. I'm so pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna get it. Watch me move. This is selling. That's a tool. Yeah. On my Kodak. Black. Ooh, know that. Yeah. Ooh, get it. Ooh, work it. 100 bands. Contraband. I got the plug on who a hawker. Whoa. They gonna find you like fucker.
America. I just checked my phone and listen. You mother told me. Get your money, black man. 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 You gon' testify. Get your money, black man. Get your money, black man. Get your money, black man. Get your money, black man.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. This is America. Look what I'm whipping now.
He's a black man in the world. He's a buck hole. Hey, he's a black man in the world. Makes us fun. Hey, it's a big dog, yeah.
You're listening to DJ Kokomotion, the music mixologist.
I've been hurt so many times. It got to a point when I decided I can't do this anymore. I need someone to hold me. I need someone that needs me. I need someone to love me. You need me to get that shit together so we can get together. You need me to get that shit together so we can get together. You need me to you need me to you know we don't have to be dramatic, just romantic. Do all the little things that it excites me. That is your woman. Give me a kiss goodnight on the phone when you're working late, when you're out of town. Tell me how much you need it, 'cause we deserve it. We can be together You need me to get that shit together so we can get together. You need me to get that shit together so we can get together. You need me to you need me to you need me to. I can't take the heartbreak of you leaving me again. And I'm not the one I was back then. No. One thing I can't take is to sit home all alone. Do what you like, my dear, but I'm not staying home. Night and day, I was patient, but I had all I could take. Tonight's the night, the time is right. Maybe I'll find a friend to spend the weekend. Going out, but today ain't why. I'm going to find a friend to spend the weekend tonight.
DJ Locomotion. Mix out.
Pay the rent, sometimes it's so hard. Try my best to be the boss of my life, my quest, my journey, my journey, my journey. Feel what I'm saying? My truth, and that's no lie. Sunrise, a new day, another chance to find my way. Try to rise above the noise, conscious in my voice, yeah. Life's like gravity. Every day the struggle is free. Yeah. Gonna let my light shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. And soak up each moment in time. My truth to let you know. My truth. That's 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 my truth.